Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the HG Gundam The Origin Gundam Local Type. That's right, it's time to finally find out why the heck this kit is listed for 2,000 yen as the suggested retail price. Still don't understand it. I've seen a lot of theories online of people estimating why they think it costs that much because Bandai had to make a totally new mold, and so it cost a lot to make the mold. I've heard that theory. That kind of makes sense, but again, they've done that before for other kits, and all the IBO kits they have to do that, and those molds are only going to use once, and those kits are sold for far less. A lot of those including like almost the full inner frame. This one I highly doubt is going to have a full inner frame, just from what I've seen about it. Again, basically the closest thing that I can compare this to, just in terms of its complexity and the number of parts and the size of parts, is it seems really similar to the RX-78-02 Gundam Revive, or the Revive version of the RX-78-02 Gundam. I mean, it's got a shield, it's got two beam sabers, it has a beam rifle. In this case it's just a regular rifle, but similar size, similar overall shape, very simple backpack. You know, this one will maybe have an extra clear part for the visor, but to have the Revive Gundam be at 1,000 yen and this one 2,000 yen, it just really doesn't make sense to me. So I really don't know. We'll check it out. Maybe there'll be some hint there inside the kit whenever we review it, or in the box. Maybe I'll find something. I haven't opened this up yet, so I have seen some pictures online of the runners and stuff, and from what I've seen, even the runners don't really provide much of a clue. I think Bandai just decided for whatever reason to make it a higher price. So anyway, we'll see. I don't know. Thank you to MindFenix Hobby Store for sending me this kit to share with you guys. So I'm very, very appreciative as always to them for hooking me up, and you guys should be too if you're interested in watching this anyway. So this is a brand new kit. Obviously here we have the nice Origin style box art here. We haven't got a whole lot from the EFF or EFSF or anyway, the Federation. We haven't got much in terms of the Origins kits so far. They've mostly been Xeon kits, so it'd be interesting now to finally check out something from the other side of the tracks here, right? So this is also, again, from the MSD line, so it's like their MSV version, MSD. Basically, it's not going to appear in the anime, I think is pretty much what that's saying there. Here on the side, we got number 10 in the line, so we're now all the way up to number 10, 2,000 yen there, again, for list price. Here on the side, just some images here, yeah, front and back, image here of a composite image, which looks pretty weird because that looks like an image of just like some waves in the background. I don't really get what's going on with that. Maybe there's something in the manga or something where it appears like in the water or something. I don't really get that. Anyway, more information here about this, about the Mobile Suit Discovery line. And yeah, there are different variations of this that I think Bandai could make, either as standard releases or Bandai releases. So I don't know, maybe they will use this mold again. We'll have to see. So action poses here, showing the rifle, the beam saber. Here we do have a lot of marking stickers in here. I saw other people estimate that the reason the price was so high because it includes a lot of marking stickers, but that also, I can't believe that to be the cause here. For hands, we've just got two holding hands, one trigger finger. Again, nothing special there. Some nice articulation. Again, should be very similar to the Revive Gundam, I'm guessing, is how this is really going to be. The shield can stand up, which is kind of cool feature there. Overall, nothing really too exciting. So here we've just got, looks like a bunch of small runners for the most part. We've just got some blue, clear red, some gray, some regular red, some more gray, some polycaps, beam saber effect parts, white. So there's our stickers, more white, yellow, and gray here, white, yellow, and gray. So in terms of runner count, it looks like it does have quite a lot of runners, more than the standard HD, definitely more than the RX-78-02, but in terms of their sheer size, they're all like really small runners, so I don't know. Alright, so let's get a look at the manual here. Here we've got the same box art, but now in a just a vertical format, so that's looking pretty good there with the Gundam like that. On the back, again, same stuff we saw on the outside of the box, so nothing too exciting here. Here's our marking guide where all those markings are going to go, and then color guide there at the bottom as well. On the inside is more information about the Gundam Local Type. I really don't know a whole lot about this Gundam, really, to be honest, but as far as I know, I think this is more like a mass-produced type Gundam here, similar to the Ground Gundam, and I believe this may be like the predecessor to before the Ground Gundam. If I don't know exactly what's canon for this kit, so hopefully you guys can let me know, those of you who are more familiar with the origin story, in the comments down below, or just who have read the wiki article, because I have not. So anyway, construction is going to start off with the body. Very big instructions here. The first thing I'm noticing is how large everything is. I think they really increased the size here for these images in the manual. So starting with the body, head, waist, then onto the arms, left arm, right arm, feet, left leg, right leg, machine gun, beam saber, shield, and then I think that's just going to be about it, and then just how to mount it to an action base, and that's it. So let's go ahead and get a look at the runners. So first up, here's our foil sticker sheet, and this is exactly the foil sticker sheet that you like to see when you open up a HG kit, where it's very, very minimal. Here you just got one yellow V there for the crotch piece, eyes, and then two small little red ones. I'm not exactly sure where those are going, but again, just really small details there for this foil sticker sheet. And we've just got our sticker marking decals here. I will not be giving these away, so sorry guys. These I do want to use for this kit, like with the full armor unicorn I recently reviewed for you guys. I think these stickers are like a key selling point of this kit, especially for the price. So I do want to actually use them in the review, just so people can see how the kit is going to look with the stickers on it. Another thing that I'm noticing, this here says a sticker Gundam Local Type there in the bottom in English. I think on these sticker sheets they usually doesn't say in English. That looks kind of new. Maybe I just haven't noticed it before, but I think that's new. Here's just the very familiar SB13 here for our beam saber effect parts. These are the longer style 1/144 scale beam saber effect parts here. And then PC-001 for our polycap runner. Pretty standard, larger size polycap runner. I imagine there's going to be a lot of these we're probably not going to be using because the kit, fairly simple design. I didn't take note of that in the parts list, and I think I didn't show you guys the parts list at all. But anyway, just to skip back to that, since I did forget to point it out to you guys, it is kind of interesting that our parts list here is listed on a color page. So we have our parts list here all in color, which is kind of interesting. It doesn't really happen very much, especially these days. But we can see pretty much going to be using almost everything except for, let's see on the D runner, a couple parts we're not going to be using there, which is kind of interesting, which makes me believe that this is not the last time we're going to see this runner. If it's a new runner, I haven't looked at the date on it yet. But on the polycap runner, definitely there's a lot of X's there, so like half that polycap runner we're not going to be using in this case. Alright, so let's get into it. Here we have runner A1, and already there's a lot of things to find interesting about this runner. You can tell this runner is obviously very segmented here. We have missing sections here on the bottom and the top, it looks like, so this runner can possibly be expanded and maybe has more to the design that we're not seeing in this kit, so I think it's very likely we are going to see some variant kit of this. Possibly, I guess maybe it could depend on the sales of this. If this kit doesn't sell very well, maybe they won't go forward with any other variants, but it seems like we definitely have that option that could be coming down the pipe. The other thing that's interesting is that this is labeled A1, and there is no A2 runner, so that also is a kind of an interesting thing to note. For our runner marking for this, it is just going to be, if I can get the focus right for you guys, there we go, HG 1/144 scale, and the kanji there just reads a local type Gundam. And we do have two of this runner A1, so that's interesting right off the bat here. And the intrigue continues here at runner B1, as this is sharing the same marking for the local type Gundam and just all molded in white here, but again, this is B1 and there is no B2, so we do kind of have to wonder about that. These runners are totally new. The year on the back is 2016. We can tell there's obviously some sections here missing. This is not a full runner. So just to give you a look at some of the details though, because the kit does look really nicely detailed. You'll see more in the review of course, but you can see on all of that there is looking pretty good. Here we have runner C1, and there is a C2 in this case. The C2 was this section here. C2 is just the red piece there for the top of the head and the eyes. C1 here, just the blue parts. It's kind of a darker blue, not quite navy blue, but somewhere in between there. Just parts for the torso, basically, the forearms, and the feet. Now, despite how much I am just perplexed by this kit, don't take that as I don't like the kit, because I like the design of this kit. The one thing that I don't like about this kit though is the feet. So this is basically the only part of this kit that I'm not really a fan of. Everything else I'm totally excited about. It's just that the price is really intriguing for me. Now the interesting thing about the C runner is our marking here is now different. It is Origin MSD MS2, so that is Origin's version Mobile Suit Discovery Mobile Suit. So yeah, very indicative that this is not going to be the last time we're going to see this runner. Here's runner D1, and this is molded in that same kind of brownish gray, sort of metallic kind of gray that Bandai uses for a lot of like inner frame parts these days. Just obviously some parts here for joints and the backpack inside of the shield and stuff like that. Our hands are molded here as well. Then the D2 runner was from here. The D2 runner is just our clear red runner there with just the piece for the visor. Now the D2 runner here, let's just talk about this for a moment, is marked in the same marking, MSD MS2. So there's that. And then this one here is also Origin MSD MS2. Now these are the two parts that we're not going to be using for this kit. Now these parts obviously go in the chest. If we go back here to the C1 runner, you can see there's the chest, and there's those two parts there. Those parts pretty clearly go there on the chest, where in this case for this gun we're going to be covering that up by using this piece here, so we can tell that this runner probably later, this top part of the runner, or this section here, yeah, is maybe going to be cut off. Anyway, or maybe just this part of the torso. I don't know. Anyway, interesting. And finally, runner G2. Again, interesting, we skipped a couple letters to G, and not only is it G, it's G2 without any G1. But the reason for that is because this is not the first time we've seen this gun. Actually, all of this kit is totally new except for this one here. If you remember, this was included with the P Bandai version of the Goof. I recently reviewed that kit, so if you saw that review, this is exactly the same machine gun that came with that kit. I forget what the marking was for that kit offhand, but in this case it's just marked as HG-1144 Machine Gun 2, so it's kind of an interesting marking there. Really cool machine gun though. So that's it for all our runners here, finishing up with this just plain gray G2 runner. So that's going to be it for unboxing the HG Gundam The Origin MSD Gundam Local Type. A lot of mystery and intrigue surrounding this kit for sure. It looks like a cool kit though. I mean, just to focus on the kit for a minute, I like the design. I think that it looks like it's going to be a really nice quality kit. Again, comparable to the Revive Gundam in terms of its quality and posability and all that. So I'm looking forward to that. One area where it does look to be lacking in articulation is the ankles. The feet don't really look like they work very well. That's one reason why I don't like them. I just don't like the shape, and just from the images we've seen of it so far, the feet don't look like they're quite as useful as they should be. So we'll check that out in the review, of course. Thank you guys so much for watching. What do you think about all that? Leave your comments down below. I'm sure this is going to be a very interesting comment section on this video, so I'm looking forward to see what you guys think. And with that, I'll wrap up this video, and I'll see you guys in the review. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.